All right, tonight is the night, the road to the championship. It is winding down. Out of 64 college basketball teams, it's now down to just 2. That would be Carolina and Kansas. Over the weekend, the Battle of the Blues got a little ugly, but only one team can be named national champs. And on behalf of our great state, we're hoping the Tar Heels will get it done. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Eric Chilton alongside Stacey Spivey and Lauren Coleman.
Welcome to everybody watching 4 to 5 here on WFMY News 2, Fire Stick, Roku, and the WFMY News 2 app. Also, peep that clock at the bottom of our screen. It's ticking, counting down to the moment we have all been waiting for.
That's right. Tip-off is tonight at 9:20. Both Amanda Ferguson and Kevin Kennedy are live in New Orleans right now. We want to start with Amanda, though. Amanda, I hope that Carolina is looking good ahead of this game, and I am loving that blazer.
Guys, some would say Carolina is the hottest team in college basketball right now. Kansas, of course, too. But hey, the Jayhawks, it's no surprise they're here. The Tar Heels have been scratching and clawing their way into this championship game. The number 8 seed North Carolina taking on that 1 seed Kansas tonight, right behind me here in the Superdome. It'll be a tough test for head coach Hubert Davis and his guys, but so is Duke. A back and forth ball game in this one. The Tar Heels pulling together down the stretch to beat the Blue Devils to advance to this game. Sophomore guard R.J. Davis looks back on the 2016 championship game when the Heels lost, but came back to win it the year after.
Yeah, definitely. I remember watching the Final Four. It was Marcus Page because he was like one of my favorite players growing up, and watching North Carolina. Just to see their success and watch them lose in 2016 and then come back redemption year 2017, that was something that motivated me, and I wanted to be in that position and I feel that moment.
Tonight will be the 12th appearance in the NCAA championship game in North Carolina program history. The Tar Heels are 6-5 all-time. They are 2-0 in title games played here in the Superdome. Carolina beat Georgetown in 1982 and Michigan in 1993. So can they do it again right here in 2022? We'll find out later tonight. North Carolina and Kansas tip off at 9:20 here in New Orleans at the Superdome. But first, before we get there, we've got team coverage. Let's toss it out to Kevin Kennedy, who is right on the other side of this building. Kevin.
Hey, Amanda, raise your hand if you're ready for a national championship game. I know I certainly am. If you would have talked to the fans and the players and the coaches from North Carolina maybe 3 weeks ago, I doubt many would have expected to be here today. But here they are, a Monday night in New Orleans with a chance to play for the national championship. Fans from both Kansas and North Carolina already lining up behind me right now. Earlier today, we had a chance to talk with some North Carolina fans, and trust me when I tell you this, boy, are they ready.
We're excited. I think we're in the championship game. I mean, everyone's happy, and I don't think any UNC fans really thought we would make it this far, but now that we're here, we want to win.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. It's Carolina basketball carries so much tradition and legacy, and I've been a part of it since I was born, so it's been really special.
Honestly, we of course want the national championship, but it won't be any sweeter than the game was the other night with Duke. But we hope our guys don't feel that way, but I'm sure they're ready. They want it. They're young. Every young man wants a national championship under their belt, so they're ready.
I've been going to Carolina games since I was a young child, probably 3 years old, and every year that we make it to the Final Four, it's exciting, but this was kind of an unexpected year. And I just think that winning that Duke game, there was so much energy in the arena, especially for Carolina, and Duke fans. But we hope that we can bring it home again this year.
Yeah, there's a saying in the gambling community, you're playing with house money. I think after that win against Duke on Saturday, that's how the fans feel. The players, though, trust me, they want to win this national championship, and they get a chance against Kansas tonight at about 9:20. We're live in New Orleans. I'm Kevin Kennedy, WFMY News 2.
Kevin, we'll check in with you a little later. UNC fans are riding off a high as they head into tonight's final face-off. Here's some video of Tar Heel fans storming the court in the Dean Dome after Saturday night's win over Duke.
Yeah, that was Saturday, and just look at that sea of blue. Argenta Crazina was there counting down the seconds on the clock as the game was wrapping up, and then you could just see and hear the swarm of fans making their way down to the court, and then of course, going out onto Franklin Street.
Yeah, this has me hyped for tonight. I mean, look at them out here. Everybody is just feeling it. Feeling that basketball Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your blue on, you're ready to go. And it's all going down tonight. Everybody is invited to watch the game on a large projection screen and on video boards at the Dean Dome. Doors open for students and staff at 8. Everybody else is allowed in at 8:15.
Tonight's UNC-Kansas men's national championship game tips off at 9:20. The game is on Turner Broadcasting System. You know it as TBS.
Players and fans aren't the only ones gearing up for tonight's big game. Sportswear shops are also getting in on the action too.
Academy Sports in both Greensboro and Burlington are preparing for a UNC victory tonight. Before the game against Duke, boxes of Tar Heel championship gear were delivered to the Triad.
Whenever you're preparing for a championship in your market, it's awesome, especially when you're a fan of one of the teams as well. It kind of brings more excitement. You know, it kind of brings me back to the younger years watching Carolina growing up. You know, you see those kids come in and they want the UNC gear, and it's an awesome experience to experience it from this side as well.
With a Carolina win, the stores will reopen tonight to sell their championship gear. Stores will stay open until everything is sold out.
Dick's Sporting Goods is also offering similar services tonight. Stores in the Chapel Hill area and the Wendover location in Greensboro will immediately open. That's if Carolina wins. These stores will also open early tomorrow morning if the Tar Heels bring home the W.
All right, Monique, let us know what the weather's going to be like. I'm headed to Blue Heaven right after the show.
I knew you were headed there, so guess what? I got a forecast just for you and anyone else like Eric planning to head down to Chapel Hill. Take a look at this. Tip-off is at 9:20 p.m., but I expect you're probably going to be heading on the road around 6-7 p.m. Those temperatures are going to be in the 60s and continuing to fall through tonight to the 50s. And when you're heading out the door, when you're leaving the game, hopefully a win for those folks here in North Carolina. Temperatures should be around those 50s and 40s. We won't get as cold as what we were this past weekend. Even looking now on our satellite and radar, I mean, look, just clouds and not much of any rain. But as we go through this week, I'm expecting for this satellite and radar to change pictures. We've been seeing a few cirrus clouds across our skies, those very high up clouds, not really making for much of a bad day at all. But like I said, the weather is going to change. It always kind of seems to do that, especially as we get towards the midweek. It's been doing that over the past several weeks throughout the month of March. So we're looking at clear skies for tonight. As we go through Tuesday, though, those clouds will build, and take a look at this. Showers and even storms possible for the latter part of your Tuesday. Things clearing out fairly quickly behind it. So for Wednesday, we should be looking at mostly dry skies. But as we transition into the latter part of your Wednesday, active weather returns. So first system, we're talking about rain and showers for your Tuesday, but then some severe weather possible for your Wednesday. I'll talk more about it coming up.
Now let's get to your top 2 developing stories at 4 o'clock. Right now, police are investigating after they say a 20-year-old woman died in a driveway. Officers say it happened Sunday night near Flag Street and Lula Street in Winston-Salem. They say they found Bria Robinson, who had been shot. When EMS arrived, they declared Robinson dead on scene. Police say this was an isolated incident and don't believe the shooting was random. Robinson's death is the 12th homicide of 2022. Around this same time last year, the total was 7. All Guilford County students will have the option of riding the school bus home this afternoon. Today, the district resumed normal morning and evening routes for 8 high schools in Greensboro and High Point. Earlier this year, service was cut for some high schools due to COVID and bus driver shortages. GCS says lower COVID numbers and 16 recently hired drivers made this possible. The district says it still needs about 54 more drivers to be fully staffed.
Last week, the FDA approved a second COVID booster for adults over 50, the initial 2-dose COVID vaccine, and now a second booster for older adults and people with compromised immune systems, rolled out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that group is now on their 4th shot, while the youngest Americans haven't received their first shot yet. So now some parents are wondering what's taking so long. Our Tracy McCain verifies.
Viewer Ann Haven said, "My 2 children, ages 6 and 11, got the COVID shot months ago, like in December. We're still waiting for my 4-year-old to get vaccinated. Shouldn't the vaccine for kids under 5 be out already? Is there a holdup? Well, let's verify." Our sources, Dr. Christopher Ohl with Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist and Dr. Janet Woodcock, the FDA's acting commissioner. We'll start with the FDA and the 4,500 children as young as 6 months that are enrolled in Pfizer's COVID vaccine study. The initial data shows the children were either given a placebo or 2 doses lower than 3 micrograms. The children in the study who had the 2 doses tolerated them, and Pfizer planned to seek emergency use authorization in February. But Pfizer decided to push that back until they received the full data after 3 doses. That data is expected this month. Now, Dr. Woodcock is the FDA's acting commissioner and confirmed it was Pfizer's decision to wait for the full results of the 3-dose study, which should be available by April. Dr. Ohl explained why waiting for all the data is so important.
The antibodies that were developed, instead of going up to here, went up to here. And so the antibody response to the 2-shot series in the youngest kids wasn't as high as what we would have hoped as it was for the older kids.
So we can verify, yes, originally Pfizer planned to seek emergency use authorization in February. And yes, there is a delay in the vaccine for the nation's youngest Americans. That delay could end any day now, since the data from the 3rd dose is set to be collected this month. If you have a question you want verified, send it to us. You can email it to verify@wfmy.com.
So if you are a true Tar Heels fan, then you know how nervous these games can make you. But imagine if that victory could mean a boost in your business. That's exactly what the folks at Envision Printing will feel tonight. They have the contract to print UNC championship t-shirts, one of the contracts, but only if they win. Here's part of my conversation with their president, Mike Steele. So Mike, you have a lot of equipment and a lot of people that are on standby, right?
Yes,
How will
we
this
sure
work
do.
tonight?
What we're going to do is we'll have a crew come up tonight. A lot of them will come up and watch the game. We'll have a pizza party. About 10 o'clock, we'll have everybody show up that's going to work tonight. And then we're going to all sit around and pray and hope, cheer that Carolina wins tonight.
So are you literally, I mean, I see all this equipment here, but you're literally, you guys will wait until that last second ticks off? Like,
yes, unless Carolina happens to be ahead, which we would all like, but I have a feeling it's going to be a very tight game tonight.
So what does this look like tonight when you're cranking it out?
It'll look hectic. There'll be a lot of people here. We got a lot of packaging to do. We've got 3 different designs we're going to be printing. We've got couriers coming up at 3:30 in the morning, start picking up and start shipping out to the further away places.
And do you ship to bigger stores?
Yeah,
right?
they'll be going to Costco, some of them going to Walmart, some of it will be going to Target, so it's going to different stores.
How many do you think you guys will crank out in the next 24 hours, say?
We're at least going to crank out 8,000, and we know we've already got reorders to print after that.
So this will look a little different tonight at about
Oh yes,
11:15?
it'll look hectic. It'll look like we don't know what we're doing. But it's all planned down to the paperwork. There's a lot of background work goes into getting ready for this.
That's so good. Thanks for letting us come
Yeah,
in. And good
thank
luck.
you.
I hope you're cranking them out
I
tonight.
hope you
late.
so. We hope we are.
Absolutely. Yeah, so imagine they have to literally wait, and they're watching the clock, and you know, if it's a close one, then they really can't start until 0-0 on that clock. But then they'll start cranking them out and try to get about 8,000 printed between now and tomorrow morning. Now, there's one set of trucks that he said will come at around 3:30. Well, that game won't be over with until 11:30 or 12. So I mean, they're looking at only 3.5 hours maybe to crank out about 2,000 t-shirts.
So I know we saw a lot of boxes. We saw the machinery. Were you able to at least get a sneak peek?
All right, so he
of
said
the graphic that's going to be on these t-shirts.
he said there are 3 different designs, and he said I can't show you. I was dying
What if
to
like
see
here's
this.
all 3, but we can't show you like which one we
Well,
choose?
they're making all 3.
Oh, okay,
If
okay.
they win. So it's weird. So they all come there. He said we do the pizza party, we hang out, we watch the game, and if they lose, everybody goes home.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, what happens if they lose and they've just been there all night? I guess it's just a watch party.
It is a watch party. He said we only have the contract for Carolina and Duke. So if one of those 2 were in the championship and win, then he gets that. But Kansas he doesn't have. So
Well, fingers crossed.
good luck. That's right. All right, talk about that on Facebook. We'll be back.
I think it's weather time. So I talked about some active weather as we go throughout this week. We're not seeing it today. To my right, we have a picture in High Point, and to my left, we're talking active weather for your Tuesday. You can see here the Storm Prediction Center clips our area to the south under that marginal risk, which is level 1, keeping that even enhanced risk well down to our south. So we talk about active weather for today. We're not expecting for us to see any active weather today. Tomorrow, rain and showers and even some storms, but non-severe. Things do change as we go towards your Wednesday. High pressure moves away. A warm front lifts across our area, puts us right in that juicy spot where we're expected to see showers and even storms. Like I said, for Tuesday, we get a break during the day on Wednesday, but then on Thursday, the chance of showers and storms returns once again. Throughout the entirety of your Tuesday, your Wednesday, and even your Thursday, we're talking strong, gusty winds. I mean, roughly up to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour. And so that's why, again, the Storm Prediction Center for your Wednesday has us kind of split here. Slight risk for severe weather and marginal risk for severe weather, keeping the marginal risk to the east and keeping the slight risk more over to the mountains. So we're talking active weather late Wednesday night going into your Thursday. So again, two-part system. Tuesday, we're talking heavy rain late in the night. Get a break on Wednesday, more showers and storms on Thursday, and that is when that severe weather potential does increase. So here's a look at that full 7 days, showing it for you for the entirety of the next 7 days. You can see those temperatures certainly cooling off for the weekend, but those winds staying quite gusty, at least for your Friday.
Well, as if 2022 couldn't get any wilder, there's now newly uncovered footage of legendary artist Prince. Very few image of the musician's childhood exist until this stroke of luck from a local station, a news station in Prince's hometown.
On a film reel of a teacher strike more than 50 years ago, an interview with one student immediately stood out.
Are most of the kids in favor of the picketing?
Yep.
How come?
I think they should get a better education too, and I think they should get some more money, cause they be working extra hours for us and all that stuff.
The first thing I thought was, I can't believe that's him.
WCCO production manager Matt Liddy made the discovery.
I immediately just went out to the newsroom and started showing people and saying, I'm not going to tell you who I think this is, but who do you think this is? And every single person, Prince.
Yes, that Prince, Prince Rogers Nelson, the Minneapolis born and bred global superstar. But there was one catch.
We did not get him saying, I'm Prince Nelson.
So we set out to get some confirmation.
There's not a ton of images of Prince as a kid.
We asked historian Kristen Schamler, who's extensively researched and written about the Purple One, to take a look at the footage. And, well...
Oh, I think that's him, definitely. Oh my gosh. And this definitely looks like Lincoln Junior High School, where he would have been attending school in April of 1970.
We also compared it to a photo of Prince when he was believed to be in the 6th grade. Despite the evidence, we still needed someone who knew Prince as a kid to confirm.
We go back as far as kindergarten at John Hale Elementary in North Minneapolis.
That someone was Terrence Jackson, a childhood friend and neighbor who played in Prince's first band, Grand Central, when they were teenagers.
That is Prince. Standing right through the head on, right?
Yeah, keep watching, keep watching.
That's Skipper! Oh my gosh! That's him. Wow, that was him.
What do you,
I'm like blown away and flabbergasted. I'm totally blown away. Mark my words, you guys have found a real gem.
As far as we can tell, this video of an 11-year-old Prince is among the oldest we can find outside of Prince's personal archives. And I think our production manager put it best. I don't know why it's cool, but it is.
It's cool because it was Prince. That's why it's cool.
Exactly, yeah.
The best, man. I'm a huge fan. When I saw that today, I think all of us were watching this in an office, and it started like, you tear up a little bit, and you notice how it moved all those people that were either big fans or knew him personally.
I just love the time and attention it took to do this story, because I think about all the archive video that we have, and someone could look at that and just be like, next tape, next tape. But someone actually stopped and said, wow, we need to look into this. And that was just like some great investigative journalism right there.
I mean, we were all watching it, like we could not look away this morning when we saw it for the first time. It's so incredible. And to see like even his little mannerisms,
yes,
the way
I
he
moved his mouth.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I could see like the way he would say, I noticed his mouth, the movements, like the way he's saying. They also, because it was filmed back in those days, they would record audio separately and film was just video, and they'd have to merge them together. So they had to get a specialist to come in to extract the audio so they could actually listen to see what he sounded like.
It's just awesome to see that this little kid in that city just grew up to be this worldwide sensation, and I think that's what makes it more like give you goosebumps looking back at that video.
Imagine all those people, all those little kids sitting around and never thought anything about it. Little did they know.
Yep.
Very cool. The purple one, the royal, his royal badness. We'll be back.
Oh, I've got purple on.
That's right.
Hey friends, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm still hearing myself. Hey, can you hear me out here? The party has already started, y'all. How far away are we from the live hit? I can't hear myself, I'm good.
No, we're good. We should be good. Mic check, Jalen. Mic check, Jalen. Mic check, Jalen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We're here just outside the Caesars Superdome as we await tonight's national title game between two of the most successful programs.
Welcome back to your 4 to 5. We're kicking off today's big show with some big energy.
Woo!
A live shot of the Big Easy, the backdrop of tonight's NCAA final face-off, UNC versus Kansas. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Stacey Spivey here with Eric Chilton and Lauren Coleman. Also live, Ben Briscoe and Jalen Gilkey.
We got everybody here today. Welcome to everybody watching the 4 to 5 right here on WFMY News 2, plus Fire Stick, Roku, and of course our app. You can do that for your TV, phone, or tablet.
So we started with 64. Now there are just 2. From coast to coast, we've covered all the action leading right back here to North Carolina. We'll check in with Ben in just a moment, but first we're going to go out to Jalen Gilkey. Jalen, it is your 5th day in NOLA, and the Carolina pride is stronger than ever.
Yeah, Lauren, that's absolutely right. We're live outside of the Caesars Superdome as we await tonight's national title game between 2 of the most successful programs in college basketball history. But we're not the only ones waiting on tip-off for tonight. Part of the Kansas student section has been camping out since the wee hours of the morning to cheer on their Jayhawks.
My group's been here since 5 a.m. The group behind us since like 6 or 7, and we've just been filling ever since. Being in like Allen Fieldhouse, like the energy in there is just so insane. We just want to bring that to Superdome.
And although the UNC students haven't made their way out to the Superdome just yet, we did find 2 friends from New York, one a Duke fan, one who bleeds Carolina blue, and they made the trip to be part of this history.
I've personally never been to a college game, so I thought it'd be cool, come with these guys, just see the whole thing.
Duke played UNC in the Final Four. Unfortunately, Duke lost, but I'm here to support Jordan's team.
And I've never in my life heard a Duke fan and a Tar Heel fan supporting each other, but I guess the only thing that is important is that national title comes home to the Tar Heel State.
Love to hear it. We'll check in with you a little later, Jalen. While a lot of fun is happening down in North Carolina, or in NOLA, excuse me, the Carolina pride is on fire back here at home. Right now, our Ben Briscoe is live out on Franklin Street. Ben, what's going on out there?
Lauren, the party has already started out here on Franklin Street. We are down on the end where all the Greek housing is, and they've set up some of the parties in their front yards already kicked off. One person told me it started as early as 8 a.m. this morning. Take a look over here. They got a beer pong table set up outside. Over to the left, you'll see a screen where they're going to project the game for people to watch tonight. And up there at the very top, if we zoom in, I want to show you this banner they made that says 1K down, that'd be Coach K, 1K left to go, Kansas. It is full of UNC pride out here today. That's not the only trash talk I've seen out here, by the way. Walking around, the one thing that really, I think, struck me and had most people going, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're selling that. There were these posters. And it was a picture of all the people that flooded Franklin Street on Saturday after UNC beat Duke. And they're being sold for $10, and they got the title, Coach K's retirement party. You can tell people out here are really proud of winning against Duke. Now they are turning all eyes towards Kansas tonight.
Ben, I don't even know if you know this or not. You literally picked out of all the Greek houses, that's my fraternity house you just showed. That's the Lambda Chi Alpha house.
I could tell by the beer pong table, Eric.
You said Chilton's been here for sure back in the day, yes. All right, thank you, Ben. Okay, so I went to Chapel Hill to watch the Carolina Duke game on Saturday, and I took my 12-year-old son, Tyler. I just wanted to show you, actually, that's the fraternity house in the background back there. I was showing him all this. He's my only really other true Tar Heel in the house, and he had an absolute blast. There we are in the Dean's Dome, and we're waiting for the game to start. And then I wanted to make sure that he kind of got the whole experience. That's us driving down, and he had such a great time. You think about it as a 12-year-old, and that it's a big deal. And we got him new gear and everything. He was ready to go, and it was so special to watch him watch this. Just take him down there and let him see all the lines in front of the Smith Center, and very, very cool. And I have to tell you, as a dad, that meant a lot to me. There he is trying to strike a pose like he's the guy. And that's him. We went to Franklin Street just to see on the edge of the mayhem so he could see all that, and then we went back in. So had a great time.
That is
great.
You. That is your mini-me.
Is he not a mini-me?
That is
really though.
Your face on his little body.
I feel like you're working on something. Are you working on something
prepping him.
doing a little bit of grooming.
That's
there.
what
Guiding him towards the light.
That's what my wife said. See, so my twins aren't really into sports. He's my only sports guy. My youngest, my daughter, is the politician. So she plays middle of the road. So she makes sure she pulls for state and Carolina for my wife and me. So she's kind of like, wants everybody to be happy, but Tyler's all Carolina.
Tell the story about the fraternity house. Did you say he was like, Dad, is that our fraternity?
Yes. So I took him up to see the frat house first, and we went in and looked around, and I showed him everything. They still like our picture up on the wall when I was, 50 pounds lighter. And he looked at that, and he was like, this is cool. And he said, so all your buddies live together? Yeah, it was great. So later on that night when we went by, he said, Dad, is that our fraternity? And it melted my heart. I said,
father moment.
I said, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You are a legacy son.
That's right. That's what I told him. I said, you're a shoe-in.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Fun.
It was a ton of fun.
Well, as you're watching the game tonight, keep an eye out for this guy on the sideline. He's UNC's cheer captain, Samuel RENNARD. The Asheville native grew up cheering for the other blue in the state, Duke. Don't hold that against him. But he says he quickly converted once he became a freshman at UNC. He also switched out a basketball for a megaphone. RENNARD says he played basketball and ran track in high school, and now he's a cheerleader after being recruited his freshman year. At the beginning of this season, it crossed his mind he may never cheer at an NCAA tournament. COVID kept him from going to the tournament the past 2 years, and the team wasn't playing their best.
As the season's progressed and seeing the team come together and start playing to the potential that they're capable of has been really awesome. Each step of the way, it's like the belief that we can beat pretty much anybody that we play if we play to the potential that we're capable of.
Tonight, the senior pre-med major will be cheering at the NCAA National Championship game. He says it's been surreal watching this season unfold and how the Tar Heels have rallied for their team.
It's been really, really awesome to see how the community, the university have come around these guys and have been able to recognize what these guys are doing, what Coach Davis is doing, how it's his first year, and he's doing an amazing job, and just the magnitude of this. And
I think literally everyone's caught the Tar Heel fever. Even my daughter Baylor, just look at this. She was wearing Carolina blue yesterday in celebration of UNC making it to the national championship game. As I mentioned before, I really don't have a dog in this fight, but it's really been fun to cheer on the teams from our state. And I love that Baylor's first March Madness includes the Tar Heels possibly taking home that trophy.
So cute.
I think we just need to keep playing Baylor pictures.
Seriously, if you want ratings,
the rest of the show, that's our ratings right
just
there.
Baylor.
So cute.
Stacey sent that to me, and she said she's wearing it in honor of you today, Chilton. I love that.
Yeah, I had to dress her in that for you because everyone literally has been texting you every game.
Everybody.
Like, oh my goodness, they've won. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy.
It's funny. I got like, I don't know, 10 or 11 texts just from people at work. Well, I didn't know they were all together. I found this out later. And because I'm so busy and I was having a great time with Tyler, I just like copied my response to the first and sent it to everybody else. But they're all together going, okay, I just got the same thing. I just got it. Yeah.
But really, like Lauren and you and I were kind of talking about it earlier in the meeting, like, it's contagious.
It's contagious.
This excitement building around it. And I don't know, like, maybe I've become a Carolina fan.
Same. I mean, I knew basketball was a big deal prior to coming here, but just being here for this past week leading up to this Duke-Carolina game and just all the excitement in the newsroom, the social media, it really is almost like a religion. It's completely different.
People used to joke and say ACC basketball is like a religion, but it really is like when you're in it, it's like people that don't really care as much and then they go to one of those schools like a Duke, Carolina, or State where basketball is king, that you get sucked in. You can't help it.
I was like, I wish I was in New Orleans covering this game.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Lots of beignets and basketball.
Oh my gosh, love beignets.
Well, tonight's UNC-Kansas men's national championship game tips off at 9:20. The game is on Turner Broadcasting System. You know it as TBS.
Well, we're watching for maybe later on the week things might get a little bit dicey. Monique, how's it looking?
Yeah, spicy weather as we approach the midweek, but for tonight, no weather concerns, especially for folks who are going to be heading down to Chapel Hill to watch the game, possibly at the Dean Smith Center. Now, you can see those temperatures are going to be falling, but look at those graphics. There's no rain shower, there's no storm shower for tonight. But as we go through the week, like I said, things will change. We've had a blue oasis of skies throughout the entirety of the day. The allergies those things, those still are at work. I mean, no matter what day it is, the pollen has just been high all weekend, and that's going to continue. But this is where things will change. Rain and non-severe storms Tuesday evening. Gusty winds of roughly 25 to even 30 miles per hour starting Tuesday night, again on Wednesday, again on Thursday and Friday. So we're talking strong winds throughout the week with storms possible Wednesday night going into your Thursday. And that storm potential has an increase for severe weather associated with it. So here's a look at the by hour for your Tuesday. So we're talking 70s as we go through the day. I mean, very warm, not like today where we were in those 60s, but 70s. And then you could see also, though, that shower and storm threat increases. Again, this is non-severe storms for Tuesday. Wednesday is a different story. Painting the picture with the futurecast for you. Clouds building in around that lunchtime hour. The heavy rain sweeping through for the latter part of your Tuesday, but you could see this is around 10 p.m. Tuesday evening. Things are starting to dry out. A few stragglers move in behind. Wednesday, mostly dry, but warm. Look at these temperatures. That warm air is the perfect setup for active weather to arrive thereafter. And we talk about how much rain we expect to get over the next couple of days, between about an inch to 1.5 inch. But with any localized strong storm that moves through, you could be seeing greater amounts than that.
Hey, giving you a mic check, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination. Did you know about 16.5 million people called in sick on the Monday after Super Bowl? It averages out to about 1 in 10 workers. So here's my question. That was not surprising to me, but what do you think about the call-in sick numbers for the national tournament for tomorrow?
Eric, I better see
Eric
you at
Chilton.
work tomorrow.
That's got to be a lot less, I would think, and especially depending on where. Like, so North Carolina and Kansas will probably be the two states with the most call-outs.
I would imagine so, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, I think, you know, the national average for tournament championships is about 1 in 7, they estimate. But again, I think the numbers, just like you, depending on where you live. Well, I asked folks on Twitter about it. What are the chances of you or a coworker calling in sick after staying up way late to watch the national championship game. The choice is it's happening, still on the fence, or nope, I'm going to sloth through the day. And most of the people said that they were just going to sloth through the day. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, just move it along, push through. You can sleep on the weekend.
I went ahead and took the day, so I'm okay. I'm not calling out.
Well, and you know, that's pretty common too, that people already take the day off, like the day after the Super Bowl off, without calling in sick. So, all right, so even without the Super Bowl of the tournament, what day of the week do you think is the most popular for calling in sick and why?
Monday.
Ooh, I think Monday.
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 Because it goes through my mind sometimes when my alarm goes off on Mondays.
When you think of calling in sick, you think people probably would say Friday because then they'd have an extended weekend, but then to call in Monday wouldn't be as obvious, right?
Oh, okay.
I think just the start of the week, you're like, oh, I just need one more day. And so
Right.
that's
Yeah,
why
I
people
agree.
usually call out on Monday.
Okay, so this is what it says. Fast Company, who looked at the website traffic, found the days when most people play hooky, and Monday is in fact the most popular day for calling in sick. And oddly, Friday was the least popular. The day after Christmas is the most popular day to skip work for the entire year. And apparently the day after any holiday is a good chance for a sick day.
I can believe that for sure.
I mean, any kind of holiday. We're talking about Easter, we're talking about July 4th, we're talking about
Arbor
Memorial
Day.
Day. It doesn't matter. It's the day after the holiday. People are calling in.
They just want another day.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
Do you blame them?
I don't blame them. I just always think to myself, doesn't it look obvious when you call in after the holiday?
I think some people don't mind.
100%.
I've seen coworkers in the past post pictures on social media on Cinco de Mayo, and then all of them call out the next day.
Oh, no.
That is obvious.
Okay, don't post it on social media if you're like,
come on, be smart,
Right.
guys.
yeah.
All right, so we already know that you have taken the day off tomorrow.
Yes, I took that off in preparation because once I heard that once Saturday hit, I immediately called the boss.
Yep, smart man, smart man. It's okay. We're going to do it without you tomorrow. We're hoping that you're just going to have a fun over tomorrow, right? And
I'm
just
gonna
be
make
like,
it-
woohoo!
Follow social media. I'll have tons of posts.
I bet he will. All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
Over the next couple of days, there's a lot going to be happening across our radar, so I want to take my time really breaking this thing down. High pressure remaining in place for today, which is why things are dry and quiet. But as we go through your Tuesday, things will definitely change as this warm front lifts across the area. What you're seeing here, this reflectivity, these reds, these yellows, these greens, are showing you those showers and even storms making their way across the central Piedmont through the latter part of your Tuesday, going into your Wednesday. Not too far behind it, you see this cold front here. This is the next feature that will really help to produce more showers and storms for your Wednesday night going into your Thursday. Two parts, Tuesday night and again Wednesday night. In between all of it, we're going to continuously be seeing some strong wind gusts across our area. Now, the Storm Prediction Center is already saying, heads up, watch out, Wednesday, there is a severe weather potential. And that's why I'm urging you also to be weather aware. As you can see, the Storm Prediction Center splits our area between a marginal risk, which is level 1, and the slight risk level 2. But you can see that enhanced risk, which is level 3, is not too far behind. With them being in such close proximity, we all should be on the lookout for the potential for severe weather Wednesday night going into Thursday. Again, first round, Tuesday night, just rain and maybe some regular storms, nothing really intense there. Thursday, that's when we're looking at the Wednesday night going into your Thursday, that's when we're looking at the greater potential for some severe storms across our area.
Now let's get to your UDay moment. Today, Coach Lamont shares a message about locking into to conquer your goals.
There is an Ashani proverb that states 2 men in a burning house must not stop to argue. There's an urgency called upon us in critical moments that we must pull ourselves away from the minute and unimportant things. The longer we focus on the unnecessaries, we miss out on the necessaries that are created for our success. When it seems everything around you is catching fire, that's not the time to get burned, but to find a way of escape. Life has a way of torching promises because we are unprepared for the unexpected. It is important not to be surprised by life events, but to know that such events will happen. You are more than a conqueror, and what that means to you is that you've already won even before the fire starts. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best UDay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we love our words of wisdom from Coach Lamont. I like that whole thing about focusing on the necessaries and not the unnecessaries, because I think we can let those little things get under our skin and they get us all riled up when it's like, calm down, take a step back. It really isn't that big
How
of a deal.
important is it, right? Well, I hate to say this. This is what I started laughing. They looked at me like, what? And I said, wait, I'll tell you in a minute. Because when I looked at the title, it said focus and lock in. All I could think of was the national championship.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. I knew it.
I saw that and I just immediately went, yeah, they're focused and locked in for tonight. Anyway, sorry, I'll let Stacey talk.
I don't know. I was just thinking about there are just some things in my life going on and there's just a lot of stressors and I get so focused on the bad sometimes. And so hearing that just reminded me, okay, you just take a step back and like look at the bigger perspective, the bigger picture of the good things that are coming.
When you go home and pick that cute little thing up and give her a kiss, that's what goes.
That reminds you of why you're doing this to begin with. You're doing it for her.
Yep. And I have to tell myself that sometimes. We all have to, you know, tell ourselves to look at the bigger picture, to stay positive and resilient.
That's why family, the family members that give you that love and support are so important for everything in your life. Like, nothing is more important than love and support.
It helps to keep you grounded.
It sure does.
It helps to anchor you to something so you're not just floating out here. Your family, the people who love you, they give you a purpose.
And your work family.
And your work family,
That's
yes.
true. It's just
I
very
love
true.
These too.
It's easier to come to work when you get along with everybody, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right, we're coming right back.
Hey, we are out here where students are already lining up for the big game tonight.
Sports history going at it. As we get closer and closer to tonight's national championship game, we've got two of the most historic programs.
Financially, a lot of sweat, equity, and her seat.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay? We're outside the New Orleans Superdome. Fans are lining up right now.
Hey, mic check 1, 2, 3. We're just hours away from crowning a national champion here in New Orleans.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Hello, I'm not in New Orleans. I'm not in Chapel Hill. I'm just here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, not on TV.
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana. Yeah.
I don't know. I just knew.
Hey, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check, check, check. Tim.
Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie.
It's time for my 2 cents. In a historic game, UNC came out on top, beating Duke 81-77 in the Final Four Saturday night. The Tar Heels now advance to the national championship. As I said before, I didn't grow up with the North Carolina hoops craze, but now I'm drinking all the basketball Kool-Aid. I mean, look at me. I'm rocking this Carolina blue dress for the first time. I've got my living room set up and my snacks already picked out for tonight's big game, as the Tar Heels take on the Kansas Jayhawks. It's been so amazing watching our coverage of the NCAA tournament and the highly anticipated battle of the Blues between Carolina and Duke. Watching the Tar Heel fans rush the court to celebrate their win, to hearing the playful smack talk between fans of the two teams. I'm happy to be a part of the action and this moment in basketball history. Coming in as the number 8 seed, many wouldn't have thought Carolina would make it this far. No matter if you're an NC State, Wake Forest, or even a Duke fan, we can all be proud of the national spotlight shining on North Carolina. Go Heels! That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
I'm so proud to be a Tar Heel.
It's been really, really awesome to see how